Hi. Um, I right now have, which is my official outfit for the cause to save the bees. I have black and yellow bee paint, like the stripes of a bee, a golden yellow tank top, and I have black shorts. When I'm outside, I am wearing black sandals. So, of course, it is the fact that I can wear stuff like this has to do with climate change, which I am fighting. Which I am hoping, which I'm working on the fight to stop. So I was at the Rock Against the Trans-Pacific Partnership concert in Jamaica Plain this Friday. So I really danced and rocked my heart out with everyone there for the planet. I really hope the TPP does not, go into effect. So, at the same time, I'm still crushed, kind of, that Vermin Supreme isn't running for president, and this election is crazy. As much as I hate Hillary, as well as Trump, obviously, like, even Republicans are refusing to like him, I'm actually going to do some research from other sources, not just the far left, to see if all the horrible, you know, accusations against Hillary are true. She's probably not a saint. She's definitely not a saint. She's probably done a lot of crappy things. But I want to do some further research to see whether or not, for one thing, she helped fund all those terrible wars that she's been accused of funding in other countries. And I'm pretty sure that she is, very in league with the fossil fuel industry, but I want to check that out too. So, I hate to say, regrettably, I'll have to vote for Hillary. I would like to get to know Jill Stein more, and I might be able to possibly contact and talk to Jill after the election. I'm thinking about that. I am just concerned about some of the things that Jill has said. Mainly that due to pollution, rates of autism and cancer and diabetes are up, and she might not have wanted to cure autism and she might not have meant it that way, but the way she said it was tactless to the autistic community. And also her hoping that all kids use less technology and talk to each other more. I like to talk to other people, like-minded people though. The issue with that for some autistics is that some autistic people choose to be loners even though they have like-minded people with them, and that's totally their choice. People have a right to make that choice. Or they don't have any like-minded people near them, and to be able to talk to people and look them in the eye would force them to change part of their identity and change their interests. If that was the only option besides being alone and talking to like-minded people online. So like I have said, I think children today, autistic or not, should have the right to more time outdoors and more screen time, less time in school studying subjects that don't interest them. So, yeah, maybe Jill might realize that she's generalizing too much too, and she probably has that sort of traditional getting back to nature means less technology, Richard Louv, last child in the woods, kids need nature mentality, and that's from a good place. I do feel like Jill Stein has her heart in the right place, and she's the only candidate whose moral fiber is not completely corrupted. I do kind of think that Hillary still has some morality in her. It's hard to determine. It's not just the accusations of war and pollution that, make her pretty much a jerk-ass. It's a lot of stuff she does. I mean, I haven't really followed it, but I've heard there's a lot of bad stuff about Hillary. But I'm going to research to just see how bad Hillary is or how good she is. I want to see exactly how she would be classified in the fantasy sort of definitions of good and evil. So, yeah. So, now this outfit, getting back to this outfit, bees are dying, and this is a serious issue. This is something that, if you've spent any time in the environmental movement, you'd know about this. To get the information, there's a lot of different sources. Sierra Club, World Wildlife Fund, any kind of environmental organization will tell you about it. So the reason bees are dying off so quickly is because conventional farmers for a long time have been using these bee-killing pesticides. one of the reasons that they did is because this is why industrial non-organic agriculture is so awful. They started out, using pesticides that would not kill insects now, so the bugs became immune to them, so they had to keep upping the toxicity of the pesticides that they used to keep killing the bugs. The bugs kept coming back, such as the bees. Well, bees originally were not targeted by industrial pesticides, but because they had to keep making the pesticides more poisonous to kill the bugs who do eat crops, they had the side effect, the really awful side effect of killing bees, which farmers want to pollinate the crops. So bees are absolutely essential for, if the human race does not want to starve to death, because the entire world's food supply is dependent on bees. Bees pollinate crops, and without bees pollinating crops, there would be no plant food available for people to eat, and you wouldn't be able to eat meat either, because animals we eat plants. So human and non-human death will happen, and this is not to scare you, but this is the truth of what could happen. All non-human and human animals could starve to death if bees die. So this is really important. We need to, promote organic agriculture that really is organic, deep, true organic. And I've said I do approve of genetic engineering if it's for good, noble purposes. And there might be a way to do it that might help the food supply that is good and noble and that helps the world. But currently that's not what Monsanto is doing. Monsanto doesn't care about people who need species and gender reassignment surgery. Monsanto doesn't care about somebody who's paralyzed and needs to be cured so they can walk again. All Monsanto cares about is profit through, doing as much as they can do to the food chain without any regard for anyone but themselves. So, we can all, I can't really mention everything of what we can do to save the bees. A couple things we could do would be to talk to large food corporations and pressure them, call them, call government officials, call people in the state representatives and state senators to convince them to please, stop using bee-killing neonic pesticides. Eventually, all pesticides altogether. But sadly, we haven't gotten to that stage yet as a world. So, yeah. Whoever gets elected into the office, hopefully Trump doesn't, but another reason I'm voting for Hillary Clinton, it's probably that will happen that she gets in anyway, because even Republicans are hating Trump. We cannot afford a Trump presidency at all, and because Hillary might not be completely bad, it might be better to vote for her just to make sure Trump doesn't get in. Please don't hate me for this. This could be a possibility. It might not, but I will just, whatever shit Hillary does to the planet or to others, if I research it and find out from all sides of the political spectrum that what she's doing is true and it's evil, then I want all my viewers to help me to stop it. So, yeah, we will monitor Hillary's behavior and really monitor it from a balanced, two-way perspective. Same thing with Jill. We will keep monitoring Jill Stein's behavior and her beliefs for what she would do to the planet after the election, hoping to talk to her. And I'm hoping that her heart, if it's in the right place, can understand and listen to the autistic community and realize the point we have about technology and kids and, our condition. And not a condition, it's who we are. And the point of it not being a condition, not being a bad condition. So, the thing about bees, yeah, try to buy as much organic food as possible. It says that there are some organic foods that say safe for bees. As to what organic food you buy, there is the problem with industrialized organic not being too much better than conventional, although it is technically better because there are no pesticides, but that's still a very complex story. If you want to have help in buying organic, I really can't help you with that. You will have to go and do the research for yourself, but there is a lot of research on how to actually eat in a way that's in harmony with the earth and that is organic. You could check out, like in the Northeast, there's the Northeast Organic Farming Association, NOFA. That website, for one thing, talks about really good, deep organic agriculture. And if you go on the NOFA website or become a member to any of the chapters, I'm sure you could find a lot more information. That's the Northeastern United States Organic Farming Association for New England and the Eastern Seaboard. There are probably organizations like that around the country, but I don't know because I live in the Northeast. But you can go online, research that. Whatever you do, please do what you can to help save the bees. So, I gotta sing this quote from Maya. That Maya the Bee cartoon, which was an anime from a German story for kids, dubbed by Haim Saban and Shuki Levy, has these sings about Maya the Bee in a way that actually reflects what real bees do for the world. This is very cool and very touching, actually. As this is the song, one of the second line of the song says, let me see, what is it? Maya loves and Maya cares, Maya gives and Maya shares. Something like that. Yeah, Maya likes to play around, but she'll never let you down. And then the chorus is Maya, Maya the bee, Maya, Maya the bee. And how this is relevant to real bees is that bees it's unknown whether or not pure non-human insects actually feel emotions or even have sentience. If they probably do, but it's a lot different than that of most vertebrates. So, however, a bee knows about the circle of life and how to, not forget the creator's original instructions. Maybe not with their head, but they do know. So because bees help feed the entire world, they do love and care for the world. Bees also give and share because when they pollinate crops, they give, food so that the whole world can survive, and they share that food with the whole world. So, loving to play around, bees do dance to communicate, and bees also will never let you down. If you treat them well, they will help. Like I said, they help feed the world. And an interesting thing about honeybees is that, honeybees can be very sweet and gentle. If you are nice to them and you don't bother them, because they'll only sting you if they absolutely have to, because bumblebees and wasps can keep on stinging you without dying, but if a honeybee stings you even just once, they'll die. And now I'm not saying to go up and just start petting honeybees. Please do the research on beekeeping and how to actually, or meet somebody who's a beekeeper before you start playing around with bees. Trust me. But, that is true that honeybees, if you are a beekeeper and you know what you're doing when you have the bees on your hand, you can technically have bees on your hand and pet them without any gloves. So, I'll see you later.